Still got it, boys and girls. Still got it. Don't worry about that. Nothing to worry about. Chill, be calm, be relaxed, be zen. All right there. So weird. 2 days off. Shocking. SUBSTACK was cancelled. Shocking. Don't worry. It's being rescheduled. I've had a word with the landowners. I've had a word with the Hells Angels who are providing security for the event. I've pretty much got this all sorted out for next Wednesday afternoon. Yeah. I can't do it really while the missus is here. The amount of tracks I've got, it's going to be like a 3 or 4 hour stream. And while she's fine with that, she said, no, darling, no problem. I won't be on form as much if she's here because it'll be just in the back of my mind that I haven't got a lot of time. I haven't got a long willy. It'll be at the front of my mind that I've got a small pecker. It's not. It's all right. It's fine. There's nothing. I don't know why you asked, but it's absolutely. The penis is fine. The penix is adequate, more than adequate. It's less than substantial. Morning. So I've kind of forgotten how to do this. What is it? Only joking. There's one thing I'll never forget. Oh, actually, interesting bloke, visionary companion, spotted something very interesting. Now, it's quite interesting that you saw that visionary companion because as I was writing that, I was thinking, this is being overdetermined by the 2 days of sickness you've had. You know, even when I play at the old average content, I never really say things like this will be pathetic. And as I wrote, I thought, this isn't you. This isn't the angle you take. There's something else in. I thought, well, I've got about 5 minutes, so I'm just going to go with it. And so that's very kind of you. Very kind of you, visionary companion. And also to notice it. That's well spotted. So, yeah, lovely to see you all. Some top names on the firm. I did actually write to Jord. Whether we'll see Jord, but I did, it turned out, have a couple of emails from her. Yes, Sarah McCarthy. It's almost like I was gone for 2 days. Chrissy! Let's get it. I mean, it's been 2 days off, so using usual maths, I would expect, I don't know, £14.50 before tax. Now, weirdly, you might have seen the door open there. I said to my missus, I'm making a video now. I said, it's no problem, though. You can walk around and get on if you want. She said, no, I'll stay here. And she's lasted 4 minutes. Oh, they're up there in the drawer. Drawer number 2. Now she's got a headache. Maybe I passed it on. But I think mine was a stress headache. Hello, Ian. You all right, son? Good to see you. Good to see you, Old Oak. Good to see you, Riggs. Well, likewise, Riggs. I mean, it is something missing. It is something missing from my life when I don't do it. But there's been quite a lot of, well, you want me to break it? There's been quite a lot of, hey! I know, I just think here. Quite a weird period for reflection. Let me get this grift sorted off. I've got a funny little story to tell you that I just was thinking about. I'm realizing that. Thank you, love. I'm realizing that I'm slowly telling you. I think I might have told you every story in the novel, so no need to buy it. It's more like a diary that you didn't write of stories you've heard elsewhere before, but you know, maybe that'll work. But when you're just sitting around and you can't even open your eyes, that's how limited you are. You know, when you've got a proper migraine, you're just sitting. And I don't like laying down. I think there's a blood to the head issue with laying down, so I tend to sit. And I just listen to music, which is strange because I don't find a lot of time to listen to a complete album. And because it's on autoplay, I ended up listening to some really weird stuff that I wouldn't have chosen to listen to. And once this grift's out of the way, I'm going to tell you a funny little story. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a little story, start things off. Right, you know how it works. Oh, good Lord, marzipan. I put some good links in my well reminded, actually. This is going to be a bit sketch this morning because I'm a bit sort of all over the place. But yeah, that's all right. Ian, there's some good links in my Telegram. I'm going to tell you that for the... Oh, she's great stuff. She's just phenomenal. I'll tell you a little bit about that as well. Right, let me just change the pinned comment. Thank you, everyone who leaves... comments and likes on the shorts and the community tab. Oh, I didn't put it on the community tab. I'll do that now as well. It really helps. That's why we've been getting some new people. I got 200 new subs, just unheard of. So that is with your help as well. And I am not 100% people, I must admit, but you know that might give you a somewhat different angle. I've got no videos or anything set up, but you know, what is it I invented to get me out of the problem of not doing any work? Speak and search, say and search. It'll be say and search. So worry not. There will be some footage. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about investments, right? And investing in indexes. It's about a 2-minute story. I might actually show you the video. Say and search, you know, say and search. But let me just let the old community tab know that I am broadcasting on this internet service. But what a horrible couple of days. Like, migraine me is usually just a one-day affair, but woke up the next day and thought, nah, this ain't right. This is not how it should be. Not a migraine for sure the second day, but just worn out. I think the migraine just done me. And then work was a nightmare, as it always is. We got loads of people off sick, and so a lot of it sort of came tumbling down onto me. And I was like, oh, this isn't the right time for thistle. And here we are. So give me a couple of seconds. Got some good things to tell you. Got some interesting things to tell you. Marzipan mentioning free trade is a good reminder. Seconds, please, just seconds. And also, I remembered the Jimmy wrote me a couple of messages. We've been back and forth talking about something. I think the mouse has stopped working, which isn't so good. Isn't that handy? Don't die on me now, new mouse that I bought just weeks ago. There you go, that's that done. Right, back over here. Bosch. Washington Bosch. Fuck me, this is taking a while, isn't it? Better than nothing, though. John Francis, you old friggin' Francis. Oh, it would appear, he says, hello, everyone. Well, let's get it on the screen so you can see it. I mean, it's a bit... I think he's even dropped in a bit of his mother's tongue. That's always a bit dodgy, isn't it? Nice one, John. Always on the number of the beast there. Nothing wrong with that. Here we go, people. The Kashish of Satan from Good John. Not the MMA fighter, but Good John. Here. John. He says this. He donates 6.66 euros. Hang on, come on. Where's his full screen? That's not right. And it gives me a chance to pick the snout. Oh, mouse is playing up. Something ain't right here. Hello, everyone. Hope you're feeling better and not too splinky. Have a good weekend, people. Vo pop en casica you florita flaheda. Okay, I'll leave that up there for those of you who speak possibly the most bizarre language in the world, which is Hungarian. I mean, where did it come from? I don't even know where Hungarian come from. What's its roots? It's not Latin, is it? It's not Greek. It's just like Hungarian. Will do, Superman 800. I'm feeling better already. I wouldn't have done the stream. And I thought that, you know, a partial stream with me firing on one of a possible two cannons is better than none. So nice one on that. Nice one on that, Chrissy. Westo's in. Nice to see you, mate. I don't think you can. It's funny you mentioned that though, because this isn't a joke, and I don't mean to say this for any other reasons than it was bizarre. When I was in the midst of my migraine, I'd had a bit of vomitus, and but it was about 4 hours after that, just laying down. Girlfriend said, "I'll give you a massage." So she done my forehead, because my migraine is here nearly all the time, and the aura's in that eye. And then she said, "I'll do your back." And as she was doing my back, because my face was on the pillow, it was a bit painful. And I said, "No," I said, "That's not actually helping, love." Then she done something else. She done something splinky. And I was like, "I don't think so. No, darling, I don't think so." Done it. About 30 minutes later, I was almost back to normal. She splinked the headache. She splinked the migraine from my body. I'm not even joking. This is a true story. I'm not suggesting an orgasm will cure your migraine, but I am telling you that it did mine. So, I mean, it might have just been a lucky coincidence, but she, there you go. That happened. I wouldn't have brought that up if there wasn't a mention of splink in the same line as headache. Anyway, let's play a bit of this clip. Speak and search. You know how it works around here. It's Friday, people. I mean, wonderful, absolutely beautiful. Let me see if I can find this, because he says something very interesting. And what I want you to understand about this, what this geezer says, he's talking about this, I think, in American dollars. So he's not even talking about, if I can find it, having the tax-free. Where is it? Where the frick is it? I'm sure I put it in here. Sorry, people. This is going to be partial stream. I'm not 100%. So as you can tell, I'm a little bit slow, little bit off the mark, But I'm sure I wrote it. It might have been that one. Might have been this one. Hang on. I don't think it was. Let me just hear a little bit. No, it wasn't that one. Give me a couple of seconds. This is worth it, because what he says is actually amazing. And for anyone at any age, this is quite something. Right, here we are. This is it. I found it. Right, hang on. Right, I've got it. Again, I feel like apologising because I know this is slow. Oh, come on, John, help us out, mate. Come on, I'm trying. Right, I want you to listen to what this bloke says. If I remember rightly, he's talking about dollars. Now, I'm going to keep this simple for you. Is there noise you can hear? I can shut the windows if you want. No, I tell you what, John, without a doubt, and anyone who's ever been through an opiate withdrawal will know that one off the wrist is immense relief. It might only be half a minute, really, every other half a minute, but it gets you through it. That's not even a joke. Anyone in the chat who's done an opiate withdrawal, put a 1 if you wanked all the time. I'm risking something here, because if no, it was just me then. But I've been to nearly 20 rehabs. I know how it works. I've shared rooms where everyone's wanking, because it's the only relief you get. And you do it until you've nearly wanked your penis free of your body, and it's trying to get out the room. You're chasing it down the corridor. It's a peculiar thing. There you go. Look at that. Look. Don, Ian, Pizzle, Deadbeat, Superman, Linda. There you go. Sean has to get through the wanking withdrawal. Hello, Eldritch Catastrophe. I knew you were one of Jimmy's boys, but I didn't know you were over on this side of the pond, I think is the saying. Right, let's get the grift sorted because I need it. All right, there. You can join the channel. Link in the top of the description. Free strata, private streams for them. Lovely. Super chat, $sign at the bottom of the chat. Or you can use entropy. I'm putting the entropy links in the description. I've just put it in the chat, and I'm now, like some kind of crazy internet magician, about to pin it. Pinner. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. So it will always be there. Not forever, just for today's stream. Right, that's that done. And that's the grift. I don't expect to get rich, but I do like a few quid because I put a lot of work and time into this, and effort and style, skill, passion. Right. Oh no, without a doubt, it's wake up time, isn't it? It's absolutely wake up time. You walk down the roads too fast with your denim rubbing, you're going to be walking home in about 5 minutes. Change. John couldn't get a rock on when he was sectioned. Yeah, but they probably had you full of largactyl and stuff. So, you know. Anyway, right. So this geezer is talking about investing. It's about 1 minute what he says, and it could change your life, especially if you're teenager, early 20s. But even if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, really. But especially if you're young. He's talking about dollars. In the UK, we have our ISA. Yeah, without doubt, 100%. Yes. Are you going to donate to it? Are you going to help with the grift? Still grifting? Yeah, of course. Of course, I like to earn money. Right. But in the UK, well, in England, and I think Scotland, I think Wales, and Northern Ireland soon, Republic of Ireland soon, sorry. You've got free trade. You've got a stocks and shares ISA where there's no income tax, no capital gains tax. So that makes what he's about to tell you even better because you're not paying tax on your earnings. Listen to what he says. Imagine being 18 and thinking, if I can get 2 shitty jobs, like working in McDonald's flipping burgers, do all the overtime I can, and then get another job, anything so that you've got about $1,000 a month that you can just chuck in an index. Stay at home with your parents. Say, Mum and Dad, I'm going to live here till I'm 35 when you're 18. I will live here till I'm 35. Then I'm going to pay off your mortgage and give you £500,000, right? This is true what he's about to say. I've done the maths. Check it out. Can someone I trust give me an audio check, please? The geezer's a bit of a prat, but he talks sense. All right, here we go. Right, this is legit, people. Listen to this. He says something very interesting at the end as well. I think he says, why don't they teach us this at school? Oh, believe me, they teach us this. They teach kids this at Eton. They teach them this at Radley. They don't teach this at the Downs Comprehensive. My school was literally called the Downs. No, I need an audio check on the clip, which I haven't started playing. Here we go.
If so, don't be dumb. Tap the thumb on this video and let's get started. So here's the deal. If I was 18 years old and I figured out a way to make $1,000.
Right, this is it. I have got it right. So pay, thank you, Superman. Pay very, there you go. There you go, Ian. Yep, you've got your general investment account and your ISA account. If you need any advice on any of that, Ian, you've got my email, chris@chrisdangerfield.com. Well done for finally changing your avatar. That Spasmo one was doing my head in. I wasn't going to say anything, but I saw Jimmy did. Thank you, people on the audio. Yeah, Adele, what can I say about that? I mean, okay, don't judge him on that. Thank you, people. Hello, my old mate. How are you, Rags? Right. So listen to what he says. I've done the maths. If you're in England and you've got your tax-free on the go on your ISA, and he only says $1,000 a month. Now in England, I mean, you know, work that out. In England, you can put 20 grand a month. I think it's actually 21 at the moment in your ISA. Stocks and shares ISA though, not cash. Anyway, let's go.
So here's the deal. If I was 18 years old and I figured out a way to make $1,000 and I took that $1,000 every single month and I invested it into one of the ETFs that I'm talking about today from the age of 18 all the way to the age of 38.
Right, so 38, sorry. $1,000 is about 750 English. All right, I'll go back a bit.
ETFs that I'm talking about today from the age of 18 all the way to the age of 38, only 20 years. I would have grown my portfolio balance to $3.1 million.
How does that sound? 18 to 38. You retire at 38. Now, let's face it, if you're earning it's about 750 English a month. If you can put that in savings, I mean, yeah, you're going to be grafting, you're going to be flipping burgers, you're going to be cleaning hospital toilets. You might even get a better job. You know, there's plenty of intelligent people come here, and you can get that 750 a month into an index, going on previous historical charts, right? And yes, I know previous stock market doesn't mean it will be like that in the future. However, it kind of does with indexes. You've got over 3 million tax-free when you're 38. So you haven't got to come up with an idea. You haven't got to invent something. You haven't got to get a business with loads of staff. You haven't got to do all these things you're told that you have to do. No, realistically, if you're 18 today, you can retire at 38 with more than 3 mil in the bank, investing in indexes.
Why didn't I learn about this in high school? Now, if you're new to investing and you're not really sure what an ETF is, let me explain it. Now, first, there's a lot of talk about index funds, and a lot of people like to associate index funds with mutual funds, and that's not always the case. You can have ETFs that track an index just like a mutual fund, and therefore is a passively managed index fund. What that really means is I think that ETFs are a little bit easier and cost a little bit less than a mutual fund.
I'll explain that to you even simpler. An index is a collection of businesses that have traditionally done well. That's it. You can get it like the FTSE 100, Standard & Poor 500 are classics. And they've you know, there's some of them that have given back 60% annually. It's ridiculous. So there you go. There you go. Well, if the meteorites or giant ants of Cthulhu force you underground and there are no jobs, you know, maybe earn 1,000 English a month. Put your 750 in your investment, your stocks ISA, and with the other 250, get your prepping on the go. All bases covered, sweet. But that is there. That is there. Westo, yes, without a doubt. I mean, listen, the rule is amongst noobs, right? Is where's that tiger balm? I'm being eaten alive here. The rule is if you want to take risks, take a 10% risk. So 10% of your investments are a risk on like one company. You've read some article somewhere and it said Caterpillar, they might be the big stock for this year, according to blah 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 blah, and then it'll be loads of stuff no one understands. And at the end, it will go, so is it, am I bullish about this? 10%, just 10%. That's your risk. That's your real risk. The rest of it, you put in historically well-performing indexes. Now, I'm not a professional. I've always got to say this. The value of your stocks can go up as well as down. But say and search. For instance, let's look at the historical chart of Standard & Poor. So S&P 500 Vanguard historical chart. Let's see if we can get an image on this. Okay, copy that, copy image. So this is the sort of thing you're dealing with, people. This is Standard & Poor 500, right? Have a look at this. So bearing in mind, this is a long-termer. This is 10 or 20 years. Look at that. So, yep, there's been little dips. That's from 1928 here. See if I can make that a bit bigger. That's from 1928 here up to 2000 and sort of, that'll probably be about 15 there. Yep. And most of the historically well-performing indexes are like that. So you have little drops, but the overall picture, the trend is averaging 15, 20 return on your investment. And if you're in the UK, it's tax-free. I mean, this is absurd. This is absurd. If someone had told me that when I was 18, I'd have done that. No question about it. I would have worked my ass off and I'd have got that 750 English into my ISA every month. I don't think it's hard to earn 750 quid a month. I mean, what's that a week? 220 quid, something like that. A bit more, 280. Something like that, 270 a week. Easy. Mum, Dad, I'm going to stay at home. Don't worry. Without a doubt. Of course. Of course. I'll give you a link to the whole video. It's well worth a watch. Well, actually, it's already in my Telegram. But for those of you who strangely haven't linked to my Telegram, link in the description. Because I'll put things like this in my Telegram all day long. There you go. So there's the link to that video. But I mean, imagine, you know, oh, I don't know if to go to university. I mean, and, you know, and if you're going to do STEM and you're really passionate about it, then fair play. But if you don't really know what to do, I might go to university, I might do this. Nah, just get a couple of dead-end jobs where you can chuck your money in an ISA, just sit tight, go out. You can party on next to nothing these days. I mean, you know, what's a bag of speed cost you? Let's be honest, a couple of beers. And then at 30, at 35, 38, ka-ching, I'll cash that in. 3 mil, buy a house. Keys to the kingdom, you freaking beauty. If you look on a site, click a snap, search for keys to the kingdom. Look at the photos for 5 seconds per photo. I earn money. Well, let's do that. Let's all do that for you. Click a snap. I mean, they might have little things to stop things like this, because imagine you're PewDiePie. PewDiePie sets up a clicker snap and he says to his 100 million subscribers, go and have a look at this for 5 seconds. There's probably algorithms that they have to be 2 hours apart or something. Otherwise, they then owe PewDiePie 20 mil. But we'll give it a go. Click a snap. I'll do it for you, no problem. Online photo sharing platform. Shit, man, they're going to be skinned. Search keys to the kingdom. Father of Max, son of plenty, are you on the firm? Let me know. Are you in? Hello, Liberty at Lassier. Nice to see you. Right, here we go, people. Keys to the kingdom. Can you confirm this is your page? I've just put in the chat. Thank you for the donation. I'm going to take it off the screen. I like to give my donators airtime, but this is also your thing. Is that it? Is that right? There you go. But then when I was 16, I worked as a hospital porter, pushing people around on wheelchairs. I worked mopping hospitals. Just get temp work. You get temp. I said I was a silver service waiter. I'd had no training. They believed me. Sunday, it was double money. In 1986, I was taking home 16 quid an hour for silver service waiting. And you just make it up on the spot. No one says, oh, that's not proper silver service, because no one knows what it is anyway. You serve from the left. Just copy other people. If you've got half a brain. I was working every hour God sent me when I was 16 because I needed acid. I needed acid to buy. So, is that yours, Keys to the Kingdom? Can I have a... Son of Max, can you email me? Someone, I don't want to dox them, emailed me, said you're going to hook up with him. But I haven't got your email. I can't find it anywhere. So can you email me if you've previously arranged this, and I'll exchange your emails. chris@chrisdangerfield.com. Okay? Because I've got that email open and I'm just waiting for your email. Yeah, it was nuts, mate. Only on a Sunday though, because it was double time. But so, Keys to the Kingdom, is that your site? Oh, I haven't even showed you it yet, have I? How do you know? Can you confirm this is what we're meant to be looking at? Yeah? Is this yours? I mean, there's some keys there. And there's some more keys here. So I'm guessing that's yours. Hello, Meganesia. They should call the people swimming and hiking to America Amazon workers and be done with it. Bezos on the firm, Bezos on the firm. Serious question. How much importance do you put on silence? No YouTube, no music, no talking, etc. I've started to appreciate silence recently. Maybe it's because I've got a toddler. Oh, we've spoken about it frequently. So that's the home page. But what, do you have to look at the individual images? Well, look, I'll put the link. I'm getting back to you, Bezza. I'll put the link in the chat, people. And if you have a look at some of those photos, Key to the Kingdom gets a few quid. So I'll do a few of those. I'll leave it open. I'll do it later because I'm a little bit busy at the moment. Not very busy. Bezza. Well, I meditate regularly, which is just silence and also trying to silence the brain. So you just concentrate on your breathing. And I've also talked a lot on this channel about the importance of doing nothing, like literally nothing, not consuming culture. Just sit there, not even a book, not a radio, not a cup of tea, nada. Really important. So there's the answer to your question. And when your life takes a sudden change, like having a baby or something, for instance, those kind of things become a hell of a lot more important because you need to kind of reset your personality, your character. Who are you? Because when something as substantial and significant as a child, which also is then your girlfriend becomes a mother, so many changes. That's when you really need to sort of start saying, well, hang on a minute. I just need to be with myself. I need to remember who I am. In rehab centers, they say, you know, regardless of your spiritual beliefs, meditate. And it's very simple. It's not like that, you know, hippies trying to sponge money out of people, try and make out, you know, they write books on meditation. I can't imagine how you'd write a book on meditation. It's one line. Shut your eyes and concentrate on your breathing. That's it. So yeah, quite a lot. We talk about it here a lot, and I do it frequently. Visionary Companion says, I lived at home with my mum in the late 20s, and with the booze and the malevolent energies afoot, I regressed into spinelessness and misery. Yeah, that can happen. You know, you've got to be actually doing some graft. You've got to be actually making it happen. Shit. I don't think they're non-fungible tokens, no. I don't think they're NFTs. They might be of a sort, but I don't think they are. I don't know. I don't really know what it is. But there you go. Right, I've got this little story for you. Quite a weird one, actually. I think it doesn't really go anywhere, but so I'm still sick. Have I not said it enough times? So it's your classic Dangerfield story that starts. I was in a rehab once, and it was down in what's that really rough English seaside resort that's got a terrible name? Actually, not a bad place. It's non-nicotine lemon ice. So I am so addicted to it. It's this super cool Limoon. I buy 10 of them at a pop. I haven't vaped anything else in years. I'm addicted to minty lemon steam. Come on, someone's got to know it. No, you're close with those names. No, come on, it's an absolute classic. No, Dan Margit. No, it's called. It's a double barrel name. It's something like better. It might not be now I've said that. Oh, if I can remember the name of the bloody Rehab, I'd type it in and find it. It is important. Come on, you all know. No, I had lovely. The thing is, I don't see Skegness as dark because I had a lovely time at Butlins down there. No, I think it's two names. Someone's got Bognor Regis. Absolutely, Ben. Right. So I went to a rehab centre in Bognor Regis, right? I just come out of a detox centre. So there's a slight difference. In a detox centre, they just detox you. And then they chuck you out and go, well, there you go. You're not taking any drugs, are you? Jobs are good 'un. But you're still the person that walked into the detox centre 4, 5, 6 weeks previous. And if you don't get to a rehab quickly, you're just going to score. I have left about 3 or 4 detox centres in my time and scored before I got home. Just as a little treat because I got clean. I shit you not, that is the cunning work of addiction. I honestly thought, oh, come on, you've just got clean. Get a bag of skag in, just as a treat, you know. And of course, then the next day I had another treat. And 9 years later, oh, I better go back to rehab. So what you do when you've got a bit more about you realise that after a detox, you go into a rehab centre. And I went down to this one in Bognor Regis, and I immediately wasn't feeling it. They give me this big pile of papers to fill in. Who do you turn to for spiritual guidance? And I thought, oh, here we go. It's all the God shit. So I was just winding them up. I was just putting things like Friedrich Nietzsche. What do you do to relax? Heroin. Just fuck them. I'm sick. I've been to about 15 at this point. Dawn Browning. Dawn's got a lovely garden. Dawn says, hello, beautifuls and most delightfuls. I miss hearing from the lurkers. Then Bearing pops in. I reckon he's always lurking. He's been lurking a bit lately because he's been saying to his missus, you're going to have to take the kid today because, I've got to watch Dangerfield. I've got to learn how to do this live streaming lark properly so that we can feed the kid. So no doubt that's why he's been here a bit more frequently lately. Nice one, Dawn. Thanks for the 10-bit. Machano appreciati. So I wasn't feeling it, right? And I was in a room with this bloke called Lee. Now, this is, like I said, this is in my novel. And that's so when you get to it, just pretend I haven't told you it. This kid Lee was about 19, and he only had one CD and this little CD player with headphones, and we both lay on his bed first day and listened to Keen. That was the only CD he had, Keen. And while I was migrained up the other day, I was listening and it was doing the autoplay and it played Keen. Do you remember they had 2 hits? It was what was it? Somewhere only we know. Oh, hello, Jens. I got your email. I replied. We'll do a Skype chat. I might be able to help you out a little bit more. I was a bit rushed, to be honest with you. Nice one, Jens. And I looked at this Lee bloke, and I remember thinking, I said to him, "You gonna stick this out?" He said, "Well, I'm signed up here for 5 months." I had 12 weeks signed up. And I said, shit. He said, no. He said, but I'm going to do it this time. I've been to a couple of other rehabs. And I felt so sorry for him because I thought, if you do make it, if you do get clean, NA clean. You will never smoke another bifter. You'll never have another beer. You'll never do any drugs again, which is the plan. That's the NA, that's the rehab plan. Abstinence. It's abstinence-based recovery. Now, that all sounds fine and dandy, but I believe that addiction is a choice, which, as does Jeffrey Sharla, who we had on this show, Professor Jeffrey Sharla, who wrote a book, Addiction is a Choice. But this kid has been brought into this environment where they're going to tell him, no, although you are a junkie, you're a street heroin user, you can't ever have one beer. You can't ever have a bifter because you've got the disease of addiction. Now, the problem with abstinence is, and this is coming from someone who'd done it for nearly 4 years. For nearly 4 years, I didn't have a paracetamol. I didn't have any caffeine. I was completely drug-free. Here's the problem. We live in a society which is riddled with substances. For better or for worse, for right or for wrong, regardless, it is. And when you become abstinent, you become abstinent from society. The only people you hang around with are other people in recovery. You try it, after about a year, you think, well, it's my mate's birthday, they'll all be down the booze, I'll be all right. There's nothing more distressing and like hell when all your mates are in the boozer, knocking them back like nobody's business, you're sniffing the toilet and that, and you're there with your third pint of lemonade, your teeth are like falling out in front of you, and you're just like, sugar hit. And in the end, you think, fuck this. Anyway, I'm going to go, lads. See you later. And they're glad to see you go. This is the other thing. Even though you were one of their best mates, they don't want sober John there. They want to rip off cab drivers. They want to go and pull crack whores in, Soho. You're not part of that world. Fuck off. You're like a sober witness to it all with your logic and sense that you keep telling us. It's bullshit. And so I looked at this poor lad, Lee, 17, 18, and I thought, if you succeed, that's what you're going to get. Now, you can make a life out of that. But during your 20s and 30s, that's hard. I mean, I didn't do that till I was 36. And it was hard then, especially living in Soho. And then I thought, but the truth is, and again, this is from experience, he won't make it. He'll leave the rehab, or he'll leave and relapse. It's hard work getting someone at that age to do 5 months in that hellhole. It was a hellhole. Therapeutic duties, TDs, they call them, rehabs. You just have to clean the place because they don't want to pay for cleaners. Okay, everyone, it's Thursday. It's therapeutic duties. Who wants to clean the toilet upstairs? And they just give you jobs. Who wants to hoover the entire building? Okay, who's going to mop up the pisser? And it's just disgusting. You're rattling your ass off and you're cleaning a rehab toilet. Believe me, there are few places in the world that are more disgusting than a rehab toilet. A rehab bog brush is something you'll never get out of your mind again. The things clinging to that. And so the chances are his life won't be getting clean and being alienated from a culture that's riddled with substances and addictions. It'll be the life I had. 1 year in, 5 months in rehab, couple of years out, then back in, couple of years out, then back in, couple of years out, for probably the next 20 years of his life. And he was asking my advice, and I was thinking, I've only got bad news for you. I've only got bad news for you, mate. Because all the possible roads you've got lead somewhere shit. Welcome to your world. And that was all the advice I could give him. Anyway, that night, fucking freezing. I mean, I'd only just come out of a detox center. I was still rattling. I was, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in a detox center. You're nowhere near over it. You're still there. You're sneezing in like 10 times, 10 sneeze sessions. Your bones ache, your back aches, you're kicking all the time. You're emotionally drained. Anything will make you cry. Anything. If it's even if it's the tackiest, most cliched, sentimental rubbish, like a 1980s rom-com, you'll be like, oh, he loved her and she left him for the magician next door, but now he's with her again and they're in the same car. It's the same car he met her in. It's awful. And I am freezing. This little cigarette paper of a duvet they've given me, I was just thinking, this ain't right. This is not right. At least it's a basic duty of care would be to give me a duvet. I mean, it was just like a thin sheet. Nah. So I go downstairs, and I know what these places are like. You're not allowed to do things like that. You're not allowed. These are people who go to court, right? Junkies who go to court, and the judge says to them, listen, I'm going to give you the option. You can go to rehab, or you can go to rehab for 6 months, or you can go to prison for a year. First time they're offered that, they think, touch. Oh, yes, Your Honour, I'll take the rehab. I really want to, I will remove this stain I have become on society and become a productive member of your world. 2 weeks in rehab, they're on the phone. Hello, can I go to prison, please? They're awful places. The staff all hate you. They treat you like shit. Never go. But sort of, if you have to, maybe do go. You do learn some things at some. Out of about 20 I went to, one of them saved my life. They are. So 1 in 20 is pretty bad odds. But I'll tell you what one it was, but it closed down. Yeah, the government didn't like people actually getting helped. It didn't, they couldn't make money out of that because they weren't stuck in the system. They weren't stuck in the recovery and relapse loop that is where all the money comes from. So I go downstairs. I venture out of my room. Oh, terrible. And the night staff, as most of the staff in rehabs, only got clean himself a few months before, and they just get ex people in, and they go, look, it's really important when you get clean to do some voluntary work, to give a little back to society. And people say, yeah, that's a good idea. I might go down to the local old people's home and, I can maybe teach, just do crosswords and that with them. They go, yeah, you could do that, but you could also, stay up all night at the rehab and look after the place, or, maybe look after the inmates occasionally. Work here for nothing is what we're saying. Be very good for your recovery. I mean, are you not serious about getting clean? And so they're like properly pressured into working in these places. It's a fucking liberty. So you're there and there's like 20 staff. Bollocks is there. There's about 5 staff. All the rest of them went through that rehab a couple of weeks before. And they start talking. They're 2 weeks clean and they're like, you'll learn one day. I used to be like you. And you're thinking, yeah, I fucking know you did. 2 weeks ago, you cheeky cunt. I've had 4 years clean before. You're talking to me like you're some Zen Buddhist. And I'm 20 years older than you. But anyway, crack on. Fill me in with the wisdom of your life. So I go downstairs and there's this bitter old alcoholic down there. And he spends his life just hateful of the world because he can't drink himself to death anymore because he's signed up to this disease thing. He's got the disease of addiction. Oh, diseases work in weird ways. His disease makes him wake up in the morning. Oh, here it is. Makes him put on his clothes. It's a bit like lumbago. It's a bit like cancer, I suppose. Getting dressed. This damn disease. Better go to the ATM. I mean, it's quite a weird disease if you think of it like that. I better walk to the off license. Oh, I mean, that is a substantial disease. That is affecting your brain in quite a significant way. 2 bottles of scotch, please, mate. This disease. It's killing me. So he's bitter as fuck and angry, and he only works there, voluntary work, to give back to society, so that he can hate on people like me who he knows have been using recently because he hasn't. And he knows that I probably won't make it as well. Because you can tell, you know, I was there because my mother was getting upset. So I thought, I better do another quick stretch in rehab, calm her down a bit. I said, hello, mate. He went, what are you doing out of your bed? Oh, nice to see you too. That's the kind of love and compassion I feel like I need at this stage in my life. I said, well, the thing is, I am withdrawing from opiates and I'm freezing cold to the point where I'm probably going to get influenza or something on top of withdrawing. And that little thin sheet up there, that's just ridiculous. I need a duvet. And he looked at me really angry. He went, I'll send someone up. He went, but you're not meant to come out of your room. I went, yeah, but how was I meant to tell you about this if I didn't come out of my room? He said, you should have waited till morning. I said, yeah, but I wouldn't need a duvet in the morning, would I? He went, are you arguing? Are you telling us how to run this place? And it's all this bullshit. So I go back upstairs and I'm thinking, right, here they come. Any minute now, I'm going to have a duvet and I'm not going to get any sleep. I hadn't slept for a couple of weeks already, but nice duvet. 3 people come in. Other patients. This fucking loony had gone and woken up 3 other of the patients. You know, that Dangerfield character, the bloke that said he looks to Friedrich Nietzsche for spiritual guidance. He reckons he's cold. So they've come in and I thought, well, it doesn't take 3 people to carry a duvet unless this is some super duvet, like some kind of iron lung or something. Oh no, they kneeled down next to my bed, the 3 of them, hands together. Do you want to start, Sarah? John, do you want to start? Okay, I'll start. Dear Lord Almighty. I was like, whoa. I've got Lee, woken up Lee, poor Lee, and sleeping about 2 hours. And I go, Lee. Lee's opened his eyes and went, look, I said I wanted a duvet. Look what I got. Please, God, give Chris the strength to overcome his demands. Fucking demands? I just want a duvet. I'm cold. By the way, these 3 people were going in the ice cold room we were in. I was going, it's a little bit chilly, isn't it, for prayers? But this went off about 10 minutes. And his selfish ways. Selfish duvet. Just you're being selfish. I've seen the duvets. I saw them earlier. I tried to nick one and someone said, put them back. All right. So that was me done. That was it. Clink. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I've been there half a day. And that was my jet. You know, like I say, I've done about 20 rehabs. Most of them I'd left within the first 3 days. And that was it. I thought, right, I'm out of here tomorrow. That's it. I am not giving any more time to a place that prayer, not just spiritual, not just talking to me about acceptance, gratitude, things that might have actually had an effect, like the one rehab that I finally went to that did. Nah, God, Lord Almighty. The whole place was plastered in prayers and fucking crosses and things. So next morning, I'm like, right, I've got to get out of here. Now, here's your problem with getting out of a rehab. They're making money out of you. Even if you're not paying, even if it's an NHS one, they're getting money for you being there. They don't want you to leave. They've already done hours and hours of paperwork to get you in there. They're going to have to fill your bed rapid, and they're not going to be able to do that because they're going to have to find someone and all this. You know, they don't want you to leave. All right, which is weird because if you don't want someone to leave, maybe give them a fucking duvet. Pax Max! That disease sounds like a lancet fluke, a parasite that invades and remote controls ants to continuously walk high up on blades of grass. Yeah, it's somewhat more complex than that as well. I mean, my disease even got me, you know, injecting needles into a hole in my leg. It's an incredible disease. A lancet fluke. I'll have to look into that. Let me pop that in, actually. Jeffrey Sharla. My man Jeff will be interested in that. I thought you meant the Lancet as in the British Medical Journal. Right. So, thank you, Pax Max. Much appreciated. The grift is strong in you. Let me just check entropy while I'm here. I haven't missed any there. No, sweet. Right. I will have a look at that. I'm looking at pictures of them now, and they look terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Thank you. So they don't want you out. And what they'll do when you say to me in the morning, right, I'm going, they'll go, right, okay, you're just going to have to sign some forms. I was held in one rehab centre once for 7 hours, by which point I couldn't get the train back home. I was fucked. And then it was like, okay, you cunts, you've absolutely stitched me up. And now I've got to spend another night here. I've got no intention of staying. You cunts. So after about the 6th early lever, I knew that don't let them fuck you around like that. You've got to run away. It's like breaking out of prison. It really is. I'm not even joking. There's bars on the windows in these places. So in the morning, I'm packing my bags into like a little rucksack. I gave a few things that I had to Lee, and I was sort of going, sorry, mate. And he was going, please don't go. You're the only person I can talk to. I said, yeah, it's full of cunts. They're all cunts. The world's a cunt. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the swearing, but I'm just giving it to you how it was then. And so then I had to plan my escape. And I remember that there was a little like one-to-one counselling room. So there's a big group room and a one-to-one counselling room with a window in it. Because when I had my one-to-one, when I first arrived that day, I was in there and the window was about 2 inches open. So I thought, right, that's my escape. That's how I get out of here. So I've done it all. I've got it all up. I've got it all going. I didn't have a rucksack. I had a fucking trolley. That's right. I had a trolley on wheels. This is key to the story. So now I've got to get that downstairs without anyone seeing me. And they're all up. Oh, you're up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, when you finally get to sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's when they wake you up. Go on, bing, 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 bing. Absolute asshole. Dawn Browning from Wolfie. Send off for my lovely Sarah. 4 p.m. Cuckmere Haven tomorrow. All welcome. Oh, sorry. Let me say that again. From Wolfie. Send off tomorrow for Sarah. A lot of new people here won't know who Sarah was, but she was almost more central to this in this community than I was. And she died at a Scrubs camp out, which was awful. So if you can get to Cuckmere Haven tomorrow at 4 p.m., there's a send-off for Sarah. So there you go. Nice one, Dawn. Nice one, Wolfie. Yeah, sad times. It's a shame I can't make that. I still read our Skype messages, and then they all disappeared the other week. I imagine they shut her account. Nice one, Dawn. Nice one, Wolfie. Cuckmere Haven tomorrow, 4 p.m. Right, so I've got to get this thing downstairs. So it's proper like special forces down checking all my coast is clear. Ding. And then I just make a bolt for it. Open the door to this little room, run across, window. It stops. And it's only about that much. They've done it so you can't get out. All the doors are locked. They don't want you leaving. And I'm like, nah. I squeeze my weird old lady's trolley out of it, and then I'm getting out. All my clothes are getting shredded on the nails that they put on there to stop you climbing out. Nah. Suddenly, I shit the nay, an alarm goes off. Someone's seen me. Quick. Boop, boop, boop. Fucking hell. I'm not... No court has sent me here. I'm not here. This is mad. The old place, I can hear it's all going crazy. I'm like, just get me out. Get through this gap. It turned out to be a bit higher than I thought it was. I thought it was on the ground floor, but the building was kind of raised. So I've just flopped. No parkour. But got to get out. Got to score. And I've climbed over the wall. I'm out, right? So you'd think job's a good one. I've got my trolley. I'm out of the building. I'm out of I swam across the moat. I'm over the wall. I'm good to go. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. They're now putting, I'm getting bitten to fuck by mosquitoes. No, hang on, let me just get the deet out. It was here ready. Hang on. Fucking bastards. So suddenly about 20 of them come running out the front door, and they're all like, you know, they've totally been brainwashed. They wouldn't have said to them, quick, go and get him. We need to save his life. This is his disease. They would have said he's going to die. If you don't get him, he's going to die. This isn't Chris. This is that evil disease that has possessed him. Go and get him. I had to start running with this bloody trolley. And you know what those two little plastic wheels are like? It was like bang, bang, bang. At one point, I thought about ditching it. I thought, I've got 15 quid in my pocket. I'll be able to score at the train station. You can always score at train stations. And at one point, I just thought, fucking ditch it. It's only all your clothes and everything you own, but that weren't a lot. But then I remembered that I smuggled a few Valium into the detox centre, so I thought, no, don't ditch it. You might need them. And they chased me. They chased me for about 4 roads. But it was quite funny because they all had the disease of addiction. They were knackered. They were tired old alcoholics and junkies. And they were sort of going, one of them was like limping. And I just thought, yeah, it's not exactly the SA. It's not exactly a hit squad coming to get me. I mean, I was barely athletic. 4 streets. I only got 3 of them when I got to the seafront. I think that was their limit. I think maybe that, you know, when they had their little seances or whatever they got up to at night, people who'd been there like 3 or 4 weeks and had passed the next step. You know, they that was their limit. You weren't allowed to go further than that, or your disease might kick in. And I was just looking at them thinking, what the fuck has happened to me in the last 20 years? Got to the train station, Bob's your uncle, bosh, back to normal, no worries, went home. Mum went, hang on a minute, you're meant to be in rehab. I went, yeah, while we're on that, here's some literature that I picked up while I was there. There's a little pamphlet, How God Will Heal You. Yeah, there's that. Here's another one, The Gracious Lord. Yeah, that was something they gave me. Here's the questionnaire. And of course, as soon as I gave my mum all that kind of stuff, she was like, what is it with these places? I said, well, mainly they're liars. That's the problem. They've got this absolutely disastrous idea that addiction is a disease. And when you know that that's not true, what's the point of being there? What is the point of being there? I've been in group rooms where they've said, you know, you have to confess your sins, basically. It's called your stage 1. And it's like a list, you know, name 5 of the negative consequences of your using. And there's people there who say things like, I put my nan in hospital once because I pushed her over to nick a wedding ring of her dead husband. And you're like, shit. And then it'll be number 2. I used to inject my girlfriend with heroin when she was asleep and then fuck her. And then in the end, she became an addict. And I always felt a bit bad about that. And you're like, whoa. When someone's finished spouting all that stuff, right, the therapist says, but John, what you've got to understand is you're not a bad person. This is what the disease of addiction does to you. And I go like, fuck. No, you're a cunt. That is hideous. You're a horrible, selfish cunt. Now, that doesn't mean you always will be. I've done some pretty dark stuff in my time, but I'm not letting him off with that at all. That isn't the disease of addiction. I said, that's a nasty bastard. You're a nasty, selfish bastard. And probably should be locked up. And they let him off with this. Oh, no. And then once they start giving all this disease of addiction stuff, once they've got that into your head, the next thing you start hearing people say is, me and my girlfriend would really argue, and then I'd just snap. And this is the line you'll hear, and then my addict would kick in. What? My addict? Hang on, what? Are you schizophrenic now? My addict would kick in, and I'd just sort of knock her out, because that's what my addict does. So now these days, I stay away from my addict. Yeah. No, you just punched your girlfriend and now you're looking for excuses. Sort yourself out. Get a life and stop being an arsehole, you selfish prick. So there you go. That was the story of trying to leave that rehab centre. And I'll tell you now, no joke. I think it's about 20. It could be 18, could be 22 rehabs in total. Best detox I ever had, 2. There were 2 of them. On my own, in a room, in Patong, with the help of the working girls. And when I say with the help, yes, there was a little bit of sensuality towards the end when I was getting a bit better, but mainly just bringing me water, changing my sheets, and just offering me support, just saying, hang on a minute, talking about the ladies of the night. Yes, my love? Oh, you're streaming, are you?
Daddy.
What can I do for you?
I'm hungry hot dog.
No, don't say that. That's very
Hot
rude.
dog, today you say you want to come with me to eat hot dog.
You
It's
want
wrong.
burger?
Oh, burger.
Yeah. Don't come here and say you're hungry for a hot dog.
Oh, hot dog for food good.
Right, look, give me 20
Oh,
minutes.
that's
Get
right.
off.
Wait.
Right, it's hard to talk now though. Get out. No, not my head, please. I told them how. Oh yeah, I told them how you made my headache go.
Yeah, good.
I told them.
Good.
Yeah.
My headache here.
Yeah, it wasn't that though, was it?
Bye.
Yeah. Okay. You're hurting me. Go on, please. Fuck off.
How long?
10, 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, please.
Okay.
What? I love you too. Why have I gone white? Steady. Let me just sort out the white balance, because although I am actually that white, I'm not actually that white. Let's get some light on. Does that help? Hey, now that's better. Back to Asia. Yellow. All I need now is my Chinaman's glasses. So there you go, people. Exactly that. Sabai. It's weird, that one, isn't it? It's Thai and Cambodian. I don't know. Well, Ian, same here, really. However, if it wasn't for a lot of, I did go to one treatment center, and that was the one that taught me about gratitude and acceptance, which did save my life. And I have to say, there was a lot of things that I did pick up on the way. I do exaggerate a little bit here and there in the stories, but I did pick up a few things on the way that let me get through my solo detoxes. Thank you, Wolfie. No, it's mind-blowing. I'm a very lucky man. I've never known a love like it. Both ways as well. It's ridiculous. Thank you, Eldridge. That's lovely. So yeah, I did pick up a few things on the way. Like when I've gone over to when I've gone over to Patong to do it, just there have been certain things that I've picked up that have helped me do it. I don't think I'd have been. I can't say for sure, but I think realistically, I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own if it wasn't for things I'd learned on the way, And one of the main things is there's no getting out of it. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. That's just part of the game. And there's nothing you can take to make it hurt less, because the only thing that's going to make it hurt less is more of whatever you're trying to get off. You can throw as much. If you're doing a smack withdrawal, you can throw as much fucking diazepam, God knows what, at it. The only thing that's going to touch your sides is opiates. If you're a boozer, you can chuck all sorts of things. Hang on a minute. I know that is. Hello, Alan. Hello, Alan. It's been a long time, sir. I've been ill, Alan. I've been ill. Good to see you. Lovely to see you. While you're here, actually, and while we're on 310, we've got a few watching on Twitch. Hi, Twitch. The music festival now is going to be next Wednesday. I can't do it while she's here because by the amount of music I've got, it's going to be like a 3-hour stream, like the gallery was, like the old photos was, and they were two of the best streams we ever had. And I don't really want to sit around getting bored for 3 or 4 hours, so that's going to be Wednesday coming, okay? Wednesday afternoon show. So there you go. Nice one, Alan. Thank you very much for that donation. Always appreciato. It would appear I've missed a donation from Jens. Is it Jens or Yen? Jens or Jens or Jens? For Jesus, his NA representatives are not up to snuff. Now, NA, though, the bit I like about NA, I absolutely adore. And that's the fellowship. That's the community. I've met some cracking people in NA, and I will go and sit through an hour of twaddle just to be around people who know what it's about, because they do. They've been there. They've had similar experiences to me. And when you're getting clean, that can be very helpful. But most of it, I couldn't give a shit about. But nice one. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm going to call you Kappa until you fill me in on the correct pronunciato. Nice one, Kappa. Kappa, don't forget, ping me your Skype thing and we'll sort that out as well. I think it's better to have a little conversation about it than try and talk about it in emails. Yeah, fair amount of them. But, again, the bloke who is still my sponsor, really, he's like 35 years clean, and he was a proper junkie, He went to prison for armed robbery and rattled it in prison. They give him 1 heminephrine. Imagine, at least these days they give you a methadone to make your problem worse. They give him 1 heminephrine. Yeah, that should help you out for half hour. Suffer. Let's just hope you've got a friendly pad mate. Spencer, I have no idea what that means, but for some reason it's hilarious. I've got to shut some windows because it's starting to rain. This monsoon season has been going on far too long. I don't like saying far too, too. Women, are women funny? Darling, I might do a YouTube video. Yeah, no problem. How long? 1.5 2 hours? Yeah, no problem. 1 hour? How long? Sit here. Need attention. Bitches. Yeah, for some reason, Spencer, that's Spencer. I don't know if I've missed another comment, but imagine not going to Islamic rehab is a very funny thing to say. Oh, yeah. Well, that isn't actually what he said. What he... That was in an NA meeting, and he'd only been to like one before, and he was, excuse me, I'm going to have some water. The old nodules. Yeah, no one knew this fella. He'd only been to one other meeting, but when newcomers come in, you want to welcome them. You want to let them know there's a place where people understand them, and that's fair enough. And you don't have to believe in everything they say. You go to a supermarket, you take what you want. Same with NA, take what you need. And the second ever meeting, they went, okay, we're going to open up the meeting to shy sharers, give the newcomers a bit of time to talk first. And that fella you're talking to, Longsight, he stood up and he went, yeah, my name's Peter and I'm an addict. And all these dead and dying people go, all right, Peter, Welcome. All right, Peter. He went, yeah. He went, the main reason I'm getting clean is because my thing's Valium, and the other week I had about 100 of them, and I put a load in with my mum's coffee, and then when she was out cold, I interfered with her. The old place was like... But NA was like that all the time. That's why it's absolutely hilarious. Especially the Soho meetings, you can imagine. I was the secretary of the big Soho meeting, which means you have to sit down the front and you have to get people to share. So you get like someone come and sit down the front and tell their story. And I'm there one Thursday morning. I'm sure I've told you this one before. I'm there one Thursday morning and I've got this bloke. I said, will you do the main share? He was like a few years clean he was. He went, yeah, all right. So I don't know his story. I just think it'll be usual capers, really. Yeah, you know, I took loads of drugs, my life went crazy, found NA, got clean, and now my life's great. Yeah, okay, sweet, well done, next. So there we are. You read all your cards. 12 steps of NA. What do we do? How it works. That takes about 20 minutes reading those cards at the beginning of every damn meeting. Sends you crazy. I said to my sponsor once, I said, why do they have to read those fucking cards at the start of every meeting? He said, because one day you might listen to them. I said, yeah, I listened to them the first meeting I went to and remembered them. So easy with your cliches. And then this bloke's gone, it's really raining here. I'm going to try not to shout because you should be able to hear me. I don't need to shout just because I can't hear you. He went, I discovered drugs very late in life. I was about 42 when I first started snorting cocaine. He went, a year later, the police found me on the landing with a rolling pin up my arse and faggot on my forehead and lipstick. I was sitting next to him in front of about 100 people going, I've now got to engage with that story and go, that sounds terrible. But all I was actually thinking was, oh, that's disgusting. I've done a fair amount of cocaine in my time, but I've never woken up with a rolling pin up my arse. Oh, there you go. Oh, the rain, the rain, the rain. Yeah, it's brilliant. The Serenity Prayer is brilliant. Makes sense. What can you change? And work out what you can change about your situation and change it. Work out what you can't change about your situation and accept it. There you go. That's it. No, there's not many. You know, I set up my business when I was using. You know, I was earning more money than most of the people at the fucking rehab centre. It's absolutely shitting it down, in fact. It takes a lot of rain to make poo come from the clouds. And of course now I am actually shouting. There was something else I wanted to show you. Oh, people, have you heard about this Nord 2 thing? The link is in my Telegram. This is just jokes now. It's too loud for me to talk. Alright, fuck it. Listen, I don't think I'm going to do a stream later. As you saw, I'm not on form 100%. I have had a laugh though. It did fly by, but this is just too noisy. It's almost impossible for me to concentrate. Well, it is impossible for me to concentrate. So I'm going to wrap it up there. But I will be back to 2 streams a day very soon. You'll definitely get one tomorrow morning. But it is Friday, people. It is, Piz will tell me about it. And they do. Yeah, exactly that, King Corona. It's nonsense, isn't it? Absolutely nonsense. It sounds like it's split open above my house at the moment. You know, they had 2 laws passed, bipartisan, Democrats and Republicans passed 2 laws, and Biden went, nah, Now let's let Russia, let's let the new Soviet Union, Putin's building, put a rope round Europe's neck. Yeah, no. Well done, well done. Acts as if it's not raining. Yeah, but it's not that. It's the damn noise. It's just off-putting. It's like I can't do any more anyway. I've got nothing prepared. I'm not feeling 100%. I don't want to send myself back. You know, it's quite hard work talking for an hour and a half. You're welcome to it. Yeah. This has been quite a heavy monsoon this season. I think it ends in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then it's just rays of sunlight all year, and you're like, oh, I can't wait till the next monsoon. That's Commie Ray. It's coming in from Vietnam. That's what she's after, and all you bastard. Right, well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to catch up. Sorry that we missed a couple of days. I'll do a stream tomorrow morning. The music festival will be Wednesday coming. Yeah, maybe join the channel and you'll get in the private streams. They'll be towards the end of next week, and there'll be a right laugh. Probably Sunday. I'll probably do all of them on Sunday. Perhaps. Been an absolute pleasure catching up with people. I actually feel better just talking to you. Lovely to see you all. Don't forget Sarah's thing tomorrow. And Son of Max, get me your email if you want me to hook you up with that fella, because he's asked for your email and I haven't got it. Nice one, Alan. That's muchos appreciates tarty. There's plenty of time, people, to send me a get well soon grift. Thank you, Alan. Have a cracking weekend, everyone. I will definitely see you. I've done it again. Let's do it again. In style, with a smile. See you around. Tutty bye. So nice to see you all again, really. Cheers, Alan. See you later, Pizzle. Nice one, Charlie. Yeah, it's like old infinities.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down.
That's what it's like.
All my friends are sick of having me around.
I wonder if Mum is going to wreck it for me again.
Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break.
You're welcome, Adele.
Can't go on a taking all a man can take.
See you later, MSN.
Life is a curse, it
Oh,
only
you
gets
cheeky
worse
bugger.
and the world
You're
goes
shining the way,
down.
Alan. Yeah, man, thank you.
Maybe my
I mean,
mind
I'm over
will
it, really,
never find
but
the point.
you get back into the stride a bit too quick.
Deep
I
down
think it could be a little bit of
underwater.
a bad thing, so I'm
Gonna
just
make my
taking it.
grave
Nice one, Alan.
underneath the wave. I'm going deep down underwater.
That's all right. No crazy afternoon in with the missus.
On the riverbed.
Here we go, King.
Looking back out.
Everyone ready? First one.
I stayed.
See you later, MSN.
Woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made.
See you later, you motherfucking MSN.
Warriors don't
Nice one,
give up
Lynette.
before the war begins.
See you later, motherfucking MSN.
I
Oh, new
get
photo
high
from
to
Palmer
justify
Boy.
the mess I'm in.
I'll see you later, MSN.
People get mad and people get sad, but at least they have a cause. I struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. I'm going deep down underwater. Gonna make my
Fuck me,
grave
man. I'll be sailing
underneath
to
the
fucking
waves.
Thailand at this rate. Give me
I'm
out.
going deep down underwater.
Hello,
Gonna lay
Sal.
my head on the
Yeah, I
riverbed.
am literally going deep underwater. I feel like it, Pax Max. Nice one, Baz. Thank you. What a wonderfully arranged sentence. Follow me in Telegram, link in the description, right? And watch the video about Ted Cruz talking about the Nord 2 pipeline. And ask yourself why it's not in anywhere in the mainstream media. Good one, Richard. Great stuff. No worries, Jimmy. The way it goes sometimes. Yeah, man, I'll be there soon. Don't worry. A massive thank you to my man Rags for looking after the place. A massive thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who kept the chat going. You people have been on fire recently, which certainly helps me. While the girlfriend's here, I won't be doing 2 a day. I might, you know, if she decides to fuck. I think she's going out tomorrow actually to see some friends. So you might get 2 tomorrow, which will be absolutely beautiful. Just look out for them. And the best way to get notified, because YouTube like to play their little games, follow my Telegram. Link in the description. It's been an absolute pleasure, people. Have a fantastic day. Go on, get down your own end, or I'll send them on soon round your drum, son.